Hello, everybody. I am Fozzie or Cam, and I'm here with my co-host Will. How you doing today, Will?
Doing great, Cam. Happy Warriors Celtics Day. If you don't know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
folks, I cheer for the Warriors, and Cam cheers for the Celtics. So happy Warriors Celtics Day, Cam. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, and like you said, it's Warrior Celtics Day. I'm excited. Um, but yeah, welcome to the Everything Podcast, guys. Today we're going to be talking about Kyrie Irving's fantastic game, even though he is an absolute buffoon. We'll talk about Tom Brady coming back to the NFL. We'll talk about, unfortunately, the passing away of William Hurt, which is very sad. Um, he played General Ross, Will, if you remember from Marvel movies and stuff.
Yeah. You would know him better than me, but of course, rest in peace for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. He was in Captain America: Civil War. He played the uh he, he played General Ross. If
hmm
you saw the Incredible Hulk movie, you know who he was. That's the pretty much the only reason you'd want to watch that movie. I like it personally,
Cool.
but I'm rambling here. We'll talk about a movie I saw recently called The Atom Project. Just got released on Netflix. We'll talk about. Um, I don't think we have much for music today. I heard rumors about Bruce's tour getting announced soon. Bruce Springsteen's
Okay.
tour, but those were just rumors, and you never know. They might just be false. But first, why don't we talk about Tom Brady going back to the NFL? Will.
Yeah. Excited, of course, but also a bit surprised because I wouldn't think a guy like Tom Brady would announce his retirement unless he was very sure of it. But obviously, he has decided to come back, and I think the reasons that he's coming back are the reasons that he said in his post on Twitter, which is that he, decided that his place was still on the field, and obviously he's still playing at a very elite level. I mean, he was an MVP candidate last season, so I was a bit surprised, but I think it's a great decision just for the fact that he's still playing at such an elite level right now.
Yeah, it really is amazing. He definitely is. He does some crazy things, and I think I wasn't expecting him to come back. To be honest with you, I just didn't think it would happen. I
Yeah,
like you said, I didn't think he'd just come right back. But also that's bad news for the guy who bought a $500,000 football of Tom Brady's last touchdown, which isn't his last anymore, and now is worth not much.
Yeah, that's a great point, Cam, for sure. That's a great point. But yeah, no, I'll be interested to see. I mean, I know the Tampa Bay still has certain free agents out there that they would like to re-sign. So I'll
Chris
be interested.
Godwin,
Yeah,
I think he's one of the best receivers right now,
for
and
sure. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Him and Mike Evans make quite a receiver duo there in
sure do.
Tampa Bay for sure. But I'll be interested to see which other players they can resign. And I mean, look, you never want to count a Tom Brady team out, but there definitely are some more players out there that they will definitely like to resign. So I'll be interested to see where they're at once their free agency is over, and that'll give me a better idea of exactly how far I think they can go next season. But then if Tom Brady can lead a depleted Bucks team back from down 27-3, I mean, there's no way I'm going to say that they can't go on a nice playoff run next season as
You
well.
sure? You're right, Will. He can really do anything. I mean, in more ways than one. He can coach the team if he wants to. No one's gonna argue with Tom Brady. I mean, he's Tom Brady, and he I just am still in shock that he came back.
Yeah, and I know there were like, rumors out there that like he would maybe go to a place like San Francisco, but personally, I thought that if he came back, it would well, and I didn't think he was going to come back, but I am not surprised at all that he said he was coming back to Tampa Bay because I don't look at Tom Brady as a player who would just go like, all right, this is a place that I can win, so I'm going to take advantage of this place and win here for 2 years and then move on to another place. No, I think he was with a team in the Patriots for 20 years, and I'm not surprised that he's deciding to come back to Tampa Bay because I don't look at him as a player who would just go somewhere for only 2 years and then decide, oh, can't win here anymore, so let's go to some other place.
Yeah, totally. And next thing I'd like to talk about is Kyrie Irving scoring. What was it? I think it was around 60 points.
Yeah, 60. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And as much as I despise Kyrie Irving, you've got to respect that that was such a great game by him.
Yeah, Kim, I think you literally said it all there. I am not a fan in any way, shape, or form of
I
Kyrie
honestly don't think
Irving.
anyone is.
Yeah, putting aside, like I'm not even talking about the fact that he hit like a big three against the Warriors in Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals. Like that, like it is so far away from that. I am talking about what he did to your team, the Boston Celtics. I mean, quitting on them in just the some of the things he says and being away from a team for long periods of time with no explanation. I mean, where's being a good teammate in
And why is
that?
he even on a team right now? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
shouldn't even be on a team. Well,
yeah, I mean, next, why did you decide to bring him back? I mean, I know he's playing great, not being able to play home games, but I don't see why you would want to have a player like him on your team. So if I were the Nets, I would keep him off the team. I wouldn't have him playing right now, but obviously obviously it's working out successfully. But if I were the Nets, I wouldn't want him playing on my team right now.
yeah, nor would I. I mean, he just seems like such a jerk to be around. He seems like he thinks he's just so great when he is good, but like no one really has that mentality.
Yeah, and not to use
And he's not like the best player in the NBA. He's good,
no.
but he's not like LeBron James.
Oh no, definitely not. Well, like if he wants to ever be considered like LeBron James, I mean, like he probably left the Cavs to go to the Celtics because he wanted to like show that he could win a title on his own. And did that work? Oh no, it did not. Quit on them and then went to join another super team with the Nets. So
I don't think he. I just don't think he can deal with losing. I think
yeah.
that might just be it. I don't think he can deal with being number two, being a loser. I just don't, and that's not exactly what you want to look for in your star player. You know, Will?
Yeah, for sure. And not to compare him to someone from my team, but when you look at like Irving versus Steph Curry, they both like they're both of their handles are fantastic, and both of them can put on scoring displays and make crowds jump out of their seat and make people go, wow, these are two all-time great players. But the difference is Curry is a great teammate and a great person, and no one has anything to say about him. He's a likable guy. So I am completely admitting that Kyrie Irving is amazing with what he can do sometimes.
Sometimes.
He just hasn't at all earned the title of likable guy who I want to cheer for.
Yeah, not even close, Will. He's just. I would never want to be on a team with him. I mean.
Yeah.
He doesn't put any effort into helping younger players.
And let me say this as well, just with, Harden and Irving and Durant going through injuries and stuff. Whether Steve Nash is a good coach or not, any coach who can handle a team with with James Harden quitting on you and Kyrie Irving going on these unexplained absences at all time, any coach who can handle a team with superstars that egocentric deserves respect. So Steve Nash, I don't know about how you are
I know
as
I
a
respect
coach,
them.
but I respect you for the way that you have gone about handling these just ego-filled superstars that have arrived on the Nets.
Yeah, it really is too bad, and I think he deserves better.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, look, Kyrie Irving, you're amazing right now. You're playing great, but I
Yeah,
mean, just
he's on fire.
think about yourself as a person. Yeah, I am not a fan of him. I am not a fan of him. Like I hear certain people, I'm going on to like ESPN and I see like Kendrick Perkins and these different people offering public apologies to Kyrie Irving. While Perkins was the only person that I saw offer a public apology. But I'm like, just because he's playing great doesn't mean that I'm going to say, oh, I'm sorry, Kyrie Irving. He's got to do so much more to
He's
make me
still
say
a
that.
jerk. That doesn't change anything. He's still a
Exactly.
bad man. I mean,
Exactly. I completely agree, Cam. No arguments.
and he doesn't. He doesn't deserve what he's getting. He doesn't deserve to be on a super team with the Nets. He didn't deserve to be on the Celtics. He didn't deserve to play with LeBron. He doesn't even deserve to be in the NBA. Well, I just don't think team sports are for him.
Well, yeah, I mean, as I said, with the way that he's going about things right now, yeah, I mean, I don't think he should be playing on the Nets at all. I mean, yeah.
I totally agree with you, Will, and he should be ashamed of himself because I think that's just awful what he's doing.
Yeah, it is completely kind of along the lines of what you're saying. It is completely against
And
what being a team
it's
player is.
childish. It's childish.
Yeah, and again, not to like use someone from my team, but I read a article once before a Warriors Nets game talking about how Andrew Wiggins of the Warriors and Kyrie Irving before the season, those were both players that people were wondering if they wanted to get vaccinated. And look, maybe Irving and some people have legitimate reasons behind it, but Wiggins, did he want to get vaccinated? No. But did he take one for the team? Yes, he did. Kyrie Irving, go ahead and take one for the team.
Yeah, no, you won't see him doing that, Will. That's way
Oh,
too
no,
much.
you won't. Oh, no, you won't.
That's
Because
way
that is
too
not
much.
who Kyrie Irving is.
It,
Gee.
he needs to step it up, Will. He should be just ashamed.
Yeah, and it's so sad, too, that a guy like this is putting up these numbers and playing great, and yet it has all these qualities that just make you go, I can't cheer for you right now. So again, he's amazing. But I mean, I am in no mood to say, oh, let's go, Kyrie Irving, go out and score 60 points again tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't deserve anyone to cheer for him. He just doesn't. He he shouldn't be on a team. That's just my main thing with him. He just shouldn't be on a team.
The only people who should be putting their hands together and clapping for him, the only people who I want to see doing that are Nets fans, because that's a guy on your team. Everybody else, I don't want you clapping for him. I don't want you praising him in any other category besides his talents on the basketball court. Everything else, I want no praise toward this man.
Yeah, I 1,000,000% agree with you, Will. He's a disgrace to basketball. And there are players like him. There's James Harden, who, sure, he's selfish. I mean, he just got fat and refused to change
Winning
anything.
on two teams in like 13 months or however long it was.
Yeah, but I just don't think that's nearly as bad as Kyrie over there. You know.
Yeah, although I must say, the fact that James Harden like quits on two teams and is showing up out of shape, you can't do that.
That just makes me
that
laugh.
is a disgrace. I mean, James Harden, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I
That
totally
like
agree.
the reason like if you want if you want anything to solidify why I can't stand James Harden, that is why,
Yeah,
folks. That is why.
and once again, great basketball player, not a very
Yes,
good person.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, but anyway, anything else you'd like to add, Will? Because I think I am good, but if there's anything you have to add, feel free.
Well, I mean, I know we've had some other moves regarding Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson and
Oh yes,
Carson
Russ.
Wentz. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, I know he hasn't played like he didn't play like the best, for instance, last season, but he obviously wasn't in the best situation in
Not at all.
Seattle either. So I'm not ruling out the fact that he could come back next season and play well. How about you, Kim?
I totally think he can. I feel like he's just Russ is one of the best players, one of the best quarterbacks we've seen in a while, and I think he'll will definitely have a good season. It was just an off year last year. It happens,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
well, except for it's happened to most NFL players. But I mean, he was also coming off a borderline MVP season. You know.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And getting back to kind of along the lines of like great player but not as likable a person. Now I know Aaron Rodgers has had, you know, playoff struggles recently. But um it, Aaron Rodgers, another example of a great player, MVPs in each of the past two seasons, and yet I just can't stand him as a person right now.
No, I can't say I've seen much evidence, but because I haven't really listened to interviews with him, but I've heard him complain and stuff. But is he really that bad?
I mean, I don't know all the specifics, but I mean, just lying about whether he got vaccinated or not, and just reading about things he says, he just seems to be someone who needs to work on putting things on himself too, and
Yeah.
putting Green Bay
Oh,
Packer
but
playoff
Will,
losses.
don't worry. He's the highest paid player in the NFL, so
Right,
he learned
right,
his lesson.
yes. Anyway,
Yeah, I think
anyway,
that's just ridiculous.
yeah, but
Carson Wentz, did you say?
yeah. I mean, what more can I say? Can I say about him? I mean, he's not a great QB, so I don't expect
Man,
him to elevate the Washington Commanders.
I really do feel bad. At least they actually got a name now.
Finally. I
Yeah.
mean, 2 seasons without a name. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, they could have thought of Commanders. It's like the most generic name of all time. They couldn't have thought of that.
Yeah,
But I,
exactly. I mean, worst case scenario. I know this probably doesn't happen for a ton of teams, but I mean, worst case scenario, if you get yourself a name and you don't like your name, I mean, you can
change it.
change your name again. I mean, that's not against the rules.
It's not like the end of the world either. I mean, it's not that big a deal. But they have a name. I guess somehow it took them 2 years. But anyway, I think Carson Wentz. I do feel bad for him because he was good for a while.
Yeah, yeah,
I think it was just injuries, man.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
he had a lot of
yeah.
injuries.
That is for sure. Yeah, I'm not questioning that at all. But anything you want to see the Patriots do? I've been keeping track of what's been going on there. I mean, they've been
And they got rid of
re-signing
J.C.
some people.
Jackson.
Yeah, going to the
I
Chargers.
am so disappointed because I think is their best defensive player.
Yeah, it is amazing how like Stephon Gilmore and him, these two great defensive players, just don't work out, and now they're on other teams. So that shows that like even if you have great players, doesn't always mean they'll work out in the locker room and stuff on your ball club.
Yeah, but the funny thing about J.C. Jackson is he was actually undrafted, or
Yeah.
yeah, he was undrafted. So that shows Bill Belichick right there being pretty smart picking him up.
Oh,
But
for sure.
he, yeah, but yeah, I think I'm hoping we see Mac Jones play the same level as he did this year. He was great this year, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward for another good season. I don't expect it to be a Super Bowl season, obviously, but I expect it to have maybe a nice playoff run. You know.
Yeah. I think so too. And like at the end of the day, like however bad like last season ended, like I just think it's important for people to put this into perspective. At one point in the Patriots' second season without Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, in their second season without him, at one point they were the number one seed in the AFC and being talked about as a Super Bowl contender with one of the elite defenses in the entire NFL. That is impressive.
Yeah, and I think that all goes back to Mac Jones bringing back hope for the team. Bill Belichick, Bill Belichick coaching well. You know.
For sure.
Yeah, and now that we don't have McDaniel's, I don't know how that'll affect the team.
Yeah, that will be interesting for sure because he was obviously a big part of them for years. So that is a situation that I'll be interested to see what happens.
Yeah, totally. So I think I've said what I need to say in regards to football. Try to think here. Yeah, I think I'm good. Do you have anything, Will?
Um, just if you want to chat at all, just about the Celtics Warriors
Oh
game,
yeah, yeah. Of course, of course.
visiting. If I may say this, I would like to say that I am not confident in a Warrior win tonight because of how well the Celtics have been playing recently, and especially on the defensive side of the ball. But I just think for the Warriors with Draymond Green back now, I think Andrew Wiggins is still out with an illness, but the fact that they're getting back to full strength now, I think this is a really good test for them against a team that's been playing really well recently. And I am not convinced of a Warriors win. I mean, do I think they could win? Sure, but I'm not convinced of it. And I think this is a really good test for them against a team that's been playing really well recently.
Yeah, totally. And I think so you're gonna go with the Celtics winning today?
I think I will, just kind of with what the Warriors have been going through recently. So I think I will.
I not to be like a homer, you know. I
No,
don't
no,
wanna,
of course not.
but I think I'll also go with the Celtics. I mean, like you said,
Yeah,
they've been playing great. I mean, if Jason Tatum is on tonight, then there's no stopping them.
yeah, for sure. And yeah, I mean, as I've said before, well, I think the Draymond Green effect on Steph Curry's play was definitely on display Monday when he had 47 points. But this hasn't been the best 3-point shooting season for him. So I do agree with you in the sense that if Tatum gets going, he'll be really hard to stop.
Yeah, for sure. And Jalen Brown. I mean, if Jalen Brown's yeah, if Jalen and Tatum are in it, then we're gonna win.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart needs to make smart plays, unlike he usually does. Uh, but yeah, I think we probably will come out on top.
Yeah. And also, let me just say this for everybody out there. Let me be very, very, very clear. This is a Warriors team that I love and I am a fan of, and I've been very encouraged by their play, and I'm amazed by the job they've done getting back to being considered title contenders again. So I still love this team and I'm very encouraged by their play. I'm just basing this on what's happening right now, and I just think at this moment it's the Celtics that have the edge.
I totally agree with you. So, yeah, um, I think those are our predictions for tonight's game. And now I'd like to talk about a movie that I just recently watched,
Yeah.
and Will, I think you would like as well. The Adam Project. It's not the best cinema, but it's a fun movie. It's pretty much everything you want it to be. It's about a young kid who meets himself, but older and with time travel, and it's a cool movie. You know, Ryan Reynolds is in it, so it's bound to be funny. And I really enjoyed this movie. Definitely give it a 7 out of 10. Has some of the best action I've seen in a movie in a while, actually. A lot of style to it. The director definitely has his own style when it comes to these action scenes. I think it looks great. You know.
Awesome. So, judging on your 7 out of 10 grade, I'm gonna guess that you'll give this an A minus, and if that's not true, I'll guess a B plus.
Yeah, I think I'll go with the B plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I'd recommend that to all you guys. I think you guys would like that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let's see here. Ah, yes. Miss Marvel. We just saw the trailer for that yesterday, I believe. Right, Will?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's coming out on June 8th. So yeah, actually not too far. Well, I mean, it is still a few months away, but it's closer than you think. So we'll have Moon Knight on March 30th, and then not too far away from that, we'll have Miss Marvel as well. So
Yeah, Moon Knight ends May 4th. So yeah, wow.
yeah, yeah. So only about a month in between shows then. So yeah. So in my mind, Cam, I expect another very successful TV year for the MCU, considering how well they did last year with shows like WandaVision and Hawkeye.
Yeah, and I'm sure you know Daredevil went to Disney Plus as well.
Oh yeah. All of the Defender series went there. So yeah, that's awesome, and I'm happy about that, of course, because I think it's great to have like as many like Marvel projects as you can in one spot. So I'm super glad that those shows are there now.
Now, do you plan on watching like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage?
Yeah, me and my dad probably will. We looked at Je- uh, Jessica Jones, and my dad talked to one of his friends at work who actually said that was more of a adult show. So we're gonna
I
wait.
agree.
So we're gonna wait for that. But once like Luke Cage and the Punisher, we may check those out. And we
You're
are
gonna watch. You're
watching.
gonna watch The Punisher.
Are you not into that?
I haven't heard great things about it.
Well, I've seen some things that are not so great, but I've seen other people say that it is great. So I see kind of like mixed stuff, like
Yeah.
reading people's
And I've
reviews.
also
But
heard I think it's worse when it comes to like crazy gore than
okay,
Jessica Jones. I've heard.
yeah,
Which
yeah,
when I watch a Marvel movie, I'm not looking for or a TV show. I'm not looking for gore. Cause that's not what I want in a Marvel movie. I want like good fights, not crazy gore like in a horror movie. Horror movie, it's justified because it's a horror movie. But I don't want that in a Marvel show. But I'm sure I'll check Punisher out at some point. I'm not quite sure how many seasons and episodes there are, but yeah, I definitely like to check it out.
yeah. I think there's 2 seasons, and my guess is 13 episodes per season. But it seems like the lowest rated for sure was Iron Fist for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Iron Fist, I believe, is the most recent out of those ones, and yeah, that didn't look very good. I've watched a lot of people on YouTube review it, and yeah, people don't like that movie, Will, or show.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll watch like an episode or so to see what I think, but if I don't enjoy it, I don't see why I would keep watching the show. So yeah.
I really don't think they'll implement that Iron Fist into the MCU either. So, and the only reason I'm really watching Daredevil is because of he's going to be integrated into the MCU. He already
Same with
has
me.
been.
Yeah.
So that's really the main reason I'm watching Daredevil. Otherwise, I really feel like I didn't really need to.
Yeah, for
But
sure. Yeah, and also just to get ready for season 3, we are watching the Defenders right now as well because he's in it and it takes place in
yeah,
between seasons 2 and 3. So I just thought that would be a good thing to watch because I've heard how like I might understand season 3 a bit better if I see what happens with him and the Defender. So we've been watching that. We've watched three episodes so far, and the third one was my favorite. It was a very good episode.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's kind of like the Avengers of the
Yep,
Netflix
exactly.
series.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
cool. That's cool. And Kenobi, I'm not sure if we discussed the. Did we discuss the Kenobi trailer?
We haven't yet. I can definitely tell you that I'm excited for that show, and I've told you this before off air, but I'll say it on air. I love that it's taking place, I believe, 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, and he's looking after Luke and different things. Like, I just love the time period that this show is going to take place in.
Yeah, that's actually what my dad said, but he said the same thing.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I agree with you, and I'm super excited for the show. It was announced a while ago, and now that we finally get a trailer with the Inquisitors, it's blowing my mind. And having Hayden Christensen come back as Darth Vader,
Yeah.
wow, wow. And
Yeah.
I do have some bad news about that show.
All right.
Um, what season are you on the Clone Wars?
I've been moving slowly along, but I'm late in the second season. I have one episode of the second season left.
Okay, so I forget what season it is. But Maul, well, this is technically isn't a spoiler because it shows it in Solo, but Maul's
Yeah.
alive,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so I was thinking that there was gonna be we'd get to see some of Darth Maul in Kenobi because his main goal is to get revenge on Obi-Wan.
Right.
But I did hear some news. I was on ScreenRant.com,
Okay.
and I was just looking through, and I saw that they took out parts with Darth Maul,
Okay. Interesting.
which
Wow.
that made me really upset because I'm really hoping Darth Maul's in this show. But
Yeah, that
it's
is
not confirmed either.
unfortunate.
So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah. Oh, I am sorry about that, Cam. Here, I'll
it's
take
alright.
care. Take care of that. But yeah, no, that is interesting for sure because yeah, no, just as you're saying, that would be interesting if they took him out.
Yeah, sure is. And yeah, Moon Knight. We're gonna get March 30th. What are your predictions for that show? Well, how do you how do you think how are you gonna like that show? Well, what do you
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna see who this is, so I'm gonna mute myself for a second, Cam, and you share your thoughts. I just want to see who this is, if that's okay with you.
All right. But yeah, my thoughts on Moon Knight. I'm really looking forward to this show. I think it's definitely gonna be one of the coolest shows in the MCU, considering it's going with a nice horror theme. Uh, just like Multiverse of Madness is actually. Uh, that's also going for
Yeah,
a horror theme, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, Will.
yeah, I am too, Cam. I certainly enjoyed the trailer, and this looks like and kind of a A- show to me. So like you, I'm excited, and just the direction that they seem to be going it to be going in with it looks great. So like you, I am excited for that show. I think it'll be one of their more successful ones for sure.
I agree with you. And Multiverse of Madness we have coming
Oh,
soon.
I can not wait. I give both of those trailers, Cam, a complete unquestioned A+.
Yeah, so Marvel likes to be sneaky with their trailers. They like to cut out scenes, put
Yeah.
scenes in that actually aren't even in the movie. puts green screen on that's not even in the movie, which I think is clever but annoying when
Right.
you're trying to figure out what the heck's going on. It can be a little bit annoying, but I I think I've said it before, but Doctor Strange is my favorite Marvel superhero and maybe my favorite all time superhero.
That's awesome.
So I am just incredibly excited for this film.
I mean, I just feel like if we thought No Way Home was multiverse crazy, I think this is just going to be 10 times more crazy than that.
Yeah, I think so too. And wow, it's going like I said, going for a horror theme. I am just so psyched for this film.
Yeah, as I said, I never expected to have No Way Home level excitement come up again, but it is certainly here for this film. It is by far. I am just crowning it my movie of the year. It is the film that I am most excited to see in theaters this year. I'm psyched for Thor: Love and Thunder as well, but nothing
If
beats
Love and Thunder
Doctor
is as if
Strange.
Love and Thunder is as good as Ragnarok, I might just cry because it's the same director Taika Waititi, I believe is how you
Yep,
pronounce
yep.
it. He was also in a movie Free Guy, and he was great in
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, you did tell me about that, so I'll have to check that out as well. But yeah, no, like if Marvel, yeah, as you're saying, does happen to pull that off with Love and Thunder, that would be very very amazing. But look, with the number of great films that they've come out with, I'm not gonna rule that out, or I'm at least not going to rule out that it can't be a great movie.
Yeah, for sure. And another one I'm excited for is a Black Panther 2.
Oh,
But
of course.
mainly because of I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know
Yeah,
how they're gonna
I
pull it
will.
off. Well,
Yeah, I will be fascinated to see. I mean, are they gonna be able to like bring Black Panther in and like do something like with CGI
I hope not. I hope not.
and use like uh Chadwick Boseman's voice? But I'm just like how like are they gonna like find a way to like show his character dying in some fight or something? But
And
like you, I am just fascinated to see how they're going to do this.
if it's an on-screen death, oh, I mean off-screen death, I know I get it, but I will. I mean, this isn't like a critique in the movie, but it will just disappoint me. Because one of my biggest things with movies is when one of the biggest characters, like in TV shows and film, has an off-screen death. I just don't even really feel anything. Because like, oh well, I heard him scream. That's it. But
Right.
that's just one of my nitpicks when it comes to off-screen deaths. And but if I'm sure they're gonna do it well, and I think Shuri is gonna be the new Black Panther.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. All
Uh,
signs point toward that for sure.
yeah, I'm hoping that as well. She's great, and but yeah, I'm definitely excited for all of our new Marvel content. Will.
Yeah, so am I, Cam, and yeah, should be fun for sure. So I'm totally with you on that. But in terms of like if they do an off-screen death with Black Panther, at least for this film, like there would be explanations for it. So I feel like that is one bright side if they do an off-screen death with Black Panther in Wakanda Forever.
Totally, totally, and yeah, I'm excited to see how this is. And upon rewatching the first Black Panther, as much as it pains me to say it, it's not as good as I remember it being.
Interesting.
Upon looking at the CGI, it doesn't look great. If you look at the final fight scene, it doesn't look good at all.
Okay.
And Michael B. Jordan, of course, is probably the brightest spot of the movie. And I just think it just tries to do a little too much. Uh, and it succeeds. It's definitely
Oh.
I'll give it an 8.5. But before it was like a 10 out of 10 for me. Well, and it just went down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I will have to watch it again and take a look at some of those things that you said. But for me, I still think it's a great film, and I think it's one of the best MCU films in my mind. I just think they did a really great job on that one.
Yeah, of course. And well, I'm in the mood for some banter right now. Well, and
All right, Cam.
I'd like to tell you that I just recently, well, in the past few weeks, have
Oh
rewatched
boy.
uh all of the sequel Star Wars movies. Uh,
Okay.
all the ones with Ray and stuff.
All right. All right.
And guess what, Will?
Oh
My
no.
opinion hasn't changed. Not at
Well,
all.
I didn't.
In
I
fact,
didn't.
it made me hate him more.
More, really. Like, okay, well, all right, let me just, how should I, like, well, you said on a previous let me start here. Like, the Luke Ray scene in The Rise of Skywalker, where Luke catches the lightsaber and stuff, tell me why in the world you would dislike that scene.
All right. So that was a good scene. Doesn't mean it's a good movie. Will I feel like it needs it. It could have been so much better. And my biggest problem with it is they didn't even plan out the whole series when they started filming. They didn't even have a plan. They just let each director change it as it went. And they only had two directors and they managed to screw up so much.
So, like, where in the world is the screw up so much? I just don't get that.
Snoke, cool character. All right, Force Awakens. Force Awakens. Let me get this out of the way. I love Force Awakens.
So do I.
And I think it's easily one of the best Star Wars movies.
Absolutely.
Last Jedi,
Oh
Rise of
no.
Skywalker are bad movies. Just bad movies. Because they take Snoke, probably the coolest character. I think you agree with me on this one from Force Awakens, and kill him. Kill him. And Ryan Johnson didn't have a plan to follow it. And if he did,
Oh,
no one cares because he got kicked out. And now
well,
J.J. Abrams is, I mean, as much as I like him as a director, he was just forced to think of something he could do to just, he didn't know. He set up Snoke. It was his idea. He obviously had a
I
plan
have.
with it. And then he kills him off. So he's like, let's just bring Palpatine back. And that's just so stupid because that means there's no payoff in Return of the Jedi now, because we all know he's coming back to life somehow. It doesn't even make sense how he cloned himself. It doesn't even make sense at all. It makes zero
Well,
sense.
a couple. Well, let me start here. Don't you think they could have killed off Snoke so that Ben could rise like in power? Like,
Not
do you
at
think
all.
that could have been okay?
Not at all.
Well, with Palpatine, I still think the payoff in Return of the Jedi is very
Why? Why? He gets brought back. There's no point. And I actually have my own
because
problems about Return of the Jedi as well. I'll talk about that at some point later.
oh, you do? I bet my let's just save that for some other time. But I think actually kind of having Rey be the granddaughter of
It's so
Palpatine.
dumb.
No,
It's
it
so
was
dumb.
not dumb because at first you might think, oh, maybe she's related to Luke or one of those people, but no, they completely subvert your expectations and have her be the granddaughter of somebody you would never think she would be the granddaughter of. So I thought that was really great work by Star Wars.
I totally disagree. I 100% like, who else would it be? Like Obi-Wan? No.
I don't care if they bring in some new big bad guy or like any of that is fine with me. But all right, I'm gonna end with this. Argue to me why Palpatine's death, Rey killing Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker, argue to me why that isn't the best Star Wars scene of all time.
You think that's the best Star Wars scene of all time? That?
It's so fulfilling. Come on. I am all the Jedi. That's epic.
Okay, it didn't. It could have been better because it could have been.
No, it could not have.
It could have been
No.
Snoke. We could have got Snoke being the big bad guy. We could have got. We could have got something. We don't need. We don't need Palpatine. We've already seen Palpatine do that, and I can't even take it. Well, I can't even take it. And if you think that's the best scene in the Star Wars franchise, I suggest you rewatch Rogue One and watch the Darth Vader scene killing everyone in the hallway at the end of the movie.
Well, I can guarantee you that if I rewatch that, my opinion will not change. But like the whole Rise of Skywalker film, I was just thoroughly invested.
All right, I'll give it this. I'll give it this. It's a fun movie, but it's fun at the least.
It's an epic movie.
Not even close to being an epic movie.
Yes, it is.
Endgame is an epic movie. Empire Strikes Back is epic. Force Awakens is kind of epic. I mean, Han Solo dies. That's epic.
Avengers Endgame is absolutely epic, and all of the Star Wars sequel films fit under the category
you want to compare?
epic.
You want to compare Rise of Skywalker to Avengers Endgame?
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's better, but I think it's epic.
I can't even. I am thoroughly disappointed, Will.
Well, I feel the same way. No, I just thought. I mean, Rey was such a great.
I will also say that Rey was fantastic. Rey is fantastic, and Harrison Ford is fantastic as Han Solo. Don't think they needed to bring him back, but they did.
Really?
He was fine. Yeah.
Well, I thought his scene in the Rise of
Payday didn't need to be there. Did not need to be there.
No, that was a great, powerful.
Should have been Leia. Should have been Leia. Should have been Leia.
No, it was a great father-son moment after he kills him in The Force Awakens. I thought that was a great, powerful scene.
Yeah, not at all. I think that was Harrison Ford remembering he likes making money and decided to come back in there.
No, I don't think so. No.
He also signed on to Indiana Jones 5 without reading the script because he wanted to make money.
Well, all right. Well, I mean,
not that I don't respect Harrison Ford. I love Harrison Ford. He's such a funny guy.
I mean, look, like, could you have done a few things different here and there? But just for me, I just, but just like they are not in any way things that are gonna make me not love the movies.
Yeah, no. Alright, so you're gonna tell me that entire casino plotline in The Last Jedi is good?
Of course.
I can't even, that's not even Star Wars right there. That's...
Yeah, but they have, like, casinos and stuff in Star Wars. I thought, like...
Well, I don't want to see that. I want to see...
But why do you not want to see that?
You don't remember Captain Phasma? Remember her? The coolest character. The coolest character in Force Awakens. Remember her? Dead! Dead!
Yeah, but was she so great that not having, or was Captain Phasma so great that character didn't need to be, or that character had to be in The Rise of Skywalker?
She sure did.
It is not life or death for me.
Man, you know what I would have liked to see?
What?
You know what would have been real good plot was when stupid Sidious coming back.
Oh God!
And it doesn't even make sense. You know what I would have liked to see?
What?
I would have liked to see Captain Phasma behind his back stab Snoke and become the Supreme Leader. That would have been cooler than Palpatine coming back out of nowhere. Doesn't even make sense.
Over Rey killing Snoke and Rey having the big epic moment?
I think it would have been a bigger plot twist. I think it would have been cooler. And I think it would have been so much better than Palpatine coming back. I feel like it would have been cooler. I mean...
Yeah, well, like... You also you said in a previous podcast that Luke versus Kylo Ren, like you don't.
Oh God, I can't even.
Oh, hold on. Guns being fired at Luke, and him coming back and doing the like. Why is that not one of your favorite Luke scenes? That scene and him in that entire fight is excellent.
It's the lightsabers don't even make contact.
Yeah, but
it's not even a real lightsaber fight. You want to see a real lightsaber fight?
Yeah, but it's a kick-ass Luke entire sequence.
Then he dies. They just kill him off. All
right.
Let me say this. They ruined Luke Skywalker.
And then
ruined.
Okay, I get that they could have done him different on the island. I would have done him different too, but they completely make up for it with
not even close. You can't make up for it with a stupid fight scene. That doesn't make up anything.
The fact that you even say stupid is so shocking to me. I can't even wrap my head around it.
I don't even understand. I can't even fathom of why. Why you? I can't. I just can't.
So, Luke. All right. Anyway.
All right. Well, we can save some of this for later because I'll be making an only I've said this for a while, but I'll be making an only movies show episode on
Oh yeah. I know you will.
And I think I'm gonna be going over pretty much all the Star Wars movies. And yeah.
All right. So let me just end by saying this. Like, at least, like, you don't think The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker are worse than any of the prequel films, or do you?
No, not at all.
Okay, good. All right, good. Yeah. I just at least
actually.
Oh my gosh.
Revenge of the Sith is one of my favorite Star Wars movies.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I think it's better than Last Jedi.
All right.
I think it's better than Rise of Skywalker.
I'm out. Anyway, this was a fun conversation, but yeah. Anyway.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Everything Podcast.
Thanks, guys.
Only movie show talking about this later. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching or listening, and see you next time.